Good morning, my loves. It is 4:30 in the morning here at the lake. It is the day after Christmas. I'm on my way back to work in an hour or so, but I thought I would make a quick video real fast. I know people are exhausted after yesterday. It was a big day. A lot of people, their houses are overflowing with company. You're preparing huge breakfasts and brunches, and you're going to have so much fun. Watch the game, go shopping, get in on those after Christmas sales. Something I want you to do. Now, my parents are gone. My son and his family live about 1,500 miles away. I'm in Arizona. They're in the Midwest. And you miss them. Yeah. But I'm used to it. I've been in Arizona 5 years, but there's always been, I lived in St. Louis for a number of years and they were in Kansas, so that's still a distance. And we were always reluctant to travel too much because weather can be really iffy. So, my point is, treasure your family. Tell them you love them. Let them know that you appreciate them, that you're glad they're there, because when they're not, you're gonna miss them. Your kids may be the biggest pain in the butt, but I promise you, when they leave for college, the house is gonna feel really empty. It's gonna be awful quiet. It's just part of it, but it's gonna be really quiet. I did a lot of reminiscing, of course, as we all do over the holiday. And I remembered, different holidays growing up and family and such, and you miss them because they're gone. My parents have been gone, let's see, my mom died in 97 and my dad died in 2015. So they've been gone quite a while. And holidays just aren't the same. I mean, we still, until Daddy died, we still got together for the holidays, for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I know before my mom died, she told me, she took my hand, and she knew she was dying. She had cancer. And she said, Brenda, you need to be the glue that keeps everybody together. You need to do this for Dad. You need to do this for my son, of course. And you need to do this for her. And I said, okay. And we had Thanksgivings and Christmas and all of that until Daddy passed. And then everybody just went their separate ways. It happens more often than you think. Now, it is one thing to text, and it's one thing to call once in a while, but please, if you can, FaceTime. See their face. Look at their smile. You need that. I know Christmas Eve, I got to FaceTime my son and my granddaughter. We FaceTime, I don't know, maybe once a month. We text all the time, and we call frequently. But, to see, my son's 46, and he would hate this, but to see his face just makes my heart smile. And to see my granddaughter laughing, and she will be 13 on Sunday, quite the young woman. And just to see how she's grown up and her attitude and everything about her, I just love that. And I always tell my son and his wife they're good parents, because they are. But isn't it nice to hear that? What if somebody, if you have kids, even if you have fur babies, if somebody tells you you are the best mommy or daddy ever, you do so much and it shows, it kind of makes you feel good, doesn't it? Try saying it. Tell people. Tell them that. They need to hear it. Life is short. And when anybody leaves your house, somebody you care about, whether it's the kids going to the mall, going to their friend's house, your spouse heading off to a game, going shopping, whatever, I want you to do me a favor and tell them you love them as they walk out the door. Don't have to make a big deal out of it. Just yell, hey, love you, as they head out the door. And here's why. Many years ago, I want to say it was 2019, I was actually engaged. Yes, it can happen. I was engaged to a lovely man. Nice guy. Obviously, I wouldn't have been engaged to him. And we were chatting, as always, and he had to go. Okay, love you lots. Talk to you later. Hung up the call. About 30 minutes later, I got a call from his best friend. He had a heart attack and he died. That was it. He was gone. That hit, and that hit hard. You never know what's going to happen. Tell people you love them and you appreciate them. Please. My day job, I am a nurse in a personal injury firm here in Arizona. I love my job. I have the coolest job on the planet. But I talk to the victims of a lot of accidents. Yeah, some of it, somebody gets rear-ended and you have the back pain and the neck pain. Okay. But there are some horrific injuries. And I talk to the families. And I talk to the drivers, the passengers. There may be children in the car. Maybe they did make it, maybe they didn't. I mean, I talk to some they're lovely people, but they're going through horrific things. And that's why they like me. I'm a nurse, and I deal with trauma. And I can help a little bit for a few minutes. But so often I hear, I had no idea this was going to happen when I left the house today. Yeah. That's why they're called accidents and not on purposes. You never know what's going to happen in your day. You never know when someone's going to have a heart attack, a car accident. In this day and age, look at the mass shootings we have. Acts of terrorism, overdoses, intentional overdoses, and accidental overdoses. You just don't know. So I want you to tell your loved ones you love them. Give them an extra tight squeeze. Do something to make their hearts smile. Make their favorite cookies, their favorite muffins, whatever. It's not that big a deal. But let people know you love them while they're around to hear it. Now, after they pass, I guarantee you they still hear it. Our souls are energy, and energy is eternal. But you will always regret not saying it. Now, when my parents died, I was there. I held my dad when he passed. It was me and two nurses in his room, and I held him and I prayed over him, and he knew. He had no doubt. My mom, she and I had a brief discussion, and I told her I loved her. My dad wanted me to go get my son, who was just getting out of school. He said, you need to go get him and bring him over. And by the time I got my son and got home to my house, my mom was gone. I got the closure. My son didn't. My son didn't get the closure with either of his grandparents. Yeah, that was big. It's still big. Tell people you love them. Tell them they matter. If it's a coworker, tell them, I'm glad you're my coworker. If it's a neighbor, tell them you are the best neighbor ever. I tell my neighbors, absolutely. If it's a friend, tell them that they matter. You're glad that I told somebody, was it yesterday? Day before. It was Christmas Eve. I told a good friend of mine, I'm glad you're in my life. And that surprised them that I said that. They're a good friend. We talk all the time. But it surprised them that I said that, and it just kind of, wow. Tell people you care about them, okay? They matter. You matter. And on that note, I'm glad you're in my life. I hope I always make a positive difference in yours. I give you something to think about, a little food for thought, something to talk about, something that'll make your heart smile. Have an amazing Thursday, my love. You're worthy.